What are the most common automations that you're building or systems that you're building for your current clients?
So the first decision for me to come out of the corporate life wasn't so easy.
So you also make an effort to find a client or possible lead for them.
So now once we enter into doing even a small plugin, even a $5,000 job, but it doesn't end there.
Do you worry about your content being AI generated?
No, AI is still feeding from these blocks to write content.
Hello everyone, welcome one day more. Today I have again another very special guest, AB. AB and I met a few weeks ago. We bonded immediately, and when I heard about what he's building, the team that he's managing, I was like, you need to come over, AB. You have to explain what you're doing, how you're doing it. AB, welcome to the podcast. Please tell us who you are. Tell us about your company. Let's give an intro about what we can expect today.
Thank you, Ed. Yes, my name is AB. I'm the founder of PulsePay and the Jamstack Agency. I've been operating for about 6 years. It's a software company. I should say it's a digital full house. We do quite a bit of web applications, a lot of AI stuff quite recently, and we've been growing since we started. Started as a small company. We still are focused on interesting projects, and we try and work with entrepreneurs that are having some passionate ideas and wants to build great products. So yeah, we are quite keen to see where it takes us for the journey.
Amazing. You are from New Zealand, but you've
That's
got
correct.
clients all over the place, right?
Yes, so I started this in New Zealand about 6 years ago. Well, I had a marketing background, so I didn't start a software company right away. A lot of marketing projects as a freelancer, but quickly I realized it's just another job. So I wanted to diversify a little bit. But when you're in marketing, quite often you get clients asking you, "Hey, I need some help with websites. I need something." A bit more than the marketing. It's all interrelated.
Mm-hmm.
They might need a small integration in place, and that's when something sparked. Okay, it's just not about marketing. For marketing, you need a great product, and sometimes agencies don't deliver it. So that's how we started getting into a little bit of web, and web led to applications and all of that stuff in the last 6 years. But I learned a lot from my team as well. So yeah, started from New Zealand, grown in New Zealand, and the majority of the revenue comes from service, but our focus is also products. So we've been investing on quite a few products in the last 5 years. We failed multiple times, but we do have one or two successful products as well.
Amazing. I'd love to hear about them
Mhm.
as well. Right. So you realized that there was a problem in the market when you were offering your marketing services. People were struggling to have integrations, building systems, and you were like, well, let me give it a try. And now you are fully focused on that. You left marketing on the
Yeah,
side.
yeah,
Good.
that's about 6 years of journey. We don't do much of marketing projects anymore.
Okay.
We've completely shifted to from where we started, but I think that's just quite normal in business.
Mm.
Start with something and you realize, oh, I'm more passionate in solutions, and you go as how the journey takes you. And the good thing about that is it's just about how adaptable you are in the market as well. In the current climate, with the amount of AI stuff that's in place, you get to change and learn and learn every single day. And I think that flexibility is quite important as well.
Yeah, things are evolving really, really fast. Okay, can I ask
Yeah.
you, do you find it harder now to find clients with AI or easier?
I would say for the next 5 years, it's a golden period.
All right.
I think I
Tell
keep
us.
saying that to quite a few people now, because well, there's quite a lot of myths and there's quite a lot of truths, right? What we see on the social media that AI can do that, AI can do this, it's not there yet. So it's a 2 year or a 3 year or a 5 year goal for a lot of companies to get there.
Mm.
For a startup company that is just starting right now, yes, they have a greater potential of using all the tools and or just starting something from scratch. It can go either way with funding and whatnot, but there are some challenges to it as well. But what about the companies that have been running for many years? What's the companies about? I mean, what about the companies that are making a few $1 million and supporting the economy? It's not easy for them to shift straight away. And what happens to the data security and all of that stuff? So I think it's just a phase that we are in. where it is testing us to see how adaptable we can be. But I think it as a developer and as a software company, I think it's a golden time to be in,
Mm-hmm.
um, to service clients and also upskill ourselves. It has to go hand in hand. Yes, there's a lot of challenges in having an in-house team that you need to support through their educational journey and just keeping us up to date as well, because there are products almost launching every hour.
Mm-hmm.
So what do we learn? What do we test? What do we promise the clients? How do we deliver them? How do we deliver them securely? And those sort of questions are always ringing in our minds. There are some challenges, but I see this is an opportunity more than a threat.
Amazing. I mean, I completely agree with you. I feel like things
Mm,
are flowing really fast, and
yeah,
it presents an opportunity for every business really to, especially for the small ones, like you mentioned. The big ones might have a bit more of a struggle because it's a really big company with
yeah.
systems interconnected, and replacing that with AI is not that simple. I was gonna ask you, and we are maybe perhaps a bit off topic. What are the most common automations that you're building or systems that you're building for your current clients when it comes to?
Well, for the service side of things, it's the biggest focus for us is how to run a business in the most automated way possible,
Mm,
right? Anything that can make their life easier, anything that can stop them from doing repetitive tasks. And this is something that we've been doing before the AI storm began, right? So it's about putting the right integrations in place for any number of businesses, for wholesalers, hospitality, hospitals, education, name it. Then the more you dig deeper into it, you will find there are a lot of repetitive process that can easily be automated. So it's about improving the productivity. AI today is just bringing it a boost.
mm,
Um,
got it.
Giving it more imagination and giving it more human touch to it. And I think the sky is the limit at the moment. Either whatever you can imagine can be done, or it's almost there. Either of the two things. So
I think I've said that sentence in the past month, like maybe once a day.
yeah, yeah,
The sky now is the limit with all the things that we are seeing
exactly.
around.
Yeah. But if you ask me with the clients at the moment, there's still a lot of myth floating around.
Mm.
AI is not secure. That's a major risk factor for a lot of people that communicate with us. AI is not for us. AI is taking the jobs. We don't want that to happen. Why do we need AI? We've been running and operating. Okay, we're not seeing the impact of it yet. So they're waiting for other people to do it.
Yeah,
I've seen this in a lot of other Commonwealth countries as well. I think the this mindset resonates in a lot of UK companies, Australian, New Zealand companies, even some of the European companies as well. The ones that are really super fast in adopting is obviously the US, a little bit of Canada, but I think the majority of the adoption is also coming from Asian countries as well. The things that are happening and the products that are being consumed quite faster in terms of innovation in the likes of China, India, and the US is just amazing. Mm.
I think I mean, I feel like Europe needs to change the gear, man. I feel
Yeah,
like
100%.
in
Yeah,
other countries are just going at a different level, and maybe
yeah,
now it's
yeah,
not accessible yet because it's just starting.
yeah,
But it will
yeah,
come a time where we will definitely feel it. Avi, let's go into the topic here.
yeah.
How did you find your first client, and how are you finding your current clients? Has the strategy changed a lot? Because before, obviously, you had your own clients from marketing. They were off maybe requesting you some further
Yeah.
services, but now you've already switched completely to software. So how did you do it at the time? Was it only inbound? Sorry, was it only the same clients that you had that were requesting the service? Was it something else? And now, how are you doing it? Have you changed strategy?
Yeah, it's a bit of a journey. So the first decision for me to come out of a corporate life wasn't so easy. I was so fed up. I was always delivering more than what I could. But in a corporate ladder, There's about 5 levels of managers, and you never get through what you want. And sometimes what we were offering as a solution to in clients wasn't anywhere close to satisfaction for me. So that's the reason I came out. But as soon as I came out, the only thing that I knew at the time was marketing. Okay, rather than just working for somebody, why don't we start freelancing? So that's my first goal. I think my initial goal was to just make as much money as I was making in my job. That's it. That was my little goal at that time,
Right, right. So
and how soon I was going to get there. Yeah,
you were working in a corporate first, and then
yeah,
okay, let's just okay, because
yeah. So
I
all
was
my
thinking,
experience was were from corporate, right? A lot of sales, a lot of marketing, a little bit of back end to marketing as well. But initial sales stage did help me start my own business as well. But the first few clients were contacting me on LinkedIn and stuff. My the accounts that I used to handle when I was in sales, those kind of customers who were no longer being with the company that I was working for. They said, "AB, where are you? We need you. You know, we remember you. We need you. Why don't you just take it?" And I think my first client was a little workshop that completely trusted me and said, we don't really care, giving it to the corporate. And we trusted you, and we're happy to, go for it. And then he was the first one who put the seed on me saying, "Oh, why don't you just do it yourself?" So, so that was a little Google Ads client back in the day, but that
so
gave
it
me a whole
was
level of,
sorry,
sorry,
I was gonna ask. It was the impression that you left while you were managing the account, but
correct,
you didn't
correct.
do any posting on LinkedIn or
No,
right. It was
nothing. They were just looking for me because I wasn't there. Yeah,
nice.
they contacted me on LinkedIn. I didn't go after any of my clients. They contacted me on LinkedIn. So the first 3 clients, they contacted me on LinkedIn, and they found me. So which was kind of easier, but there was like peanuts money at the time. But again, it's the confidence that you get, right? So clients are looking for you, but whether or not I can do it was a different story. But they had the confidence in me. I was like, I need to do it. How am I going to do it? And how do we streamline this, right? Because when you're a freelancer, you don't want to be like, oh, I don't have any systems in place to give you a report, or, I didn't want to get into that circle. So I wanted to streamline myself. And well, corporates had a lot of tools, but how would I do it as a small company? So those are little challenges that I had in the initial days. But then again, to be honest, what I was looking at in the initial days to find more clients is we were looking at different forums,
Forum.
where forums, yeah, community forums on Facebook, on LinkedIn and all of that places. So I used to message people and ask them if we can do
Call
any
message.
free. Yeah,
Right. And
yeah,
how did
yeah.
it go?
Yeah, free audits and those kind of stuff. But the majority of what gave me the most leads were referrals, and at that time I think it was BNI.
Right.
So BNI is a networking platform. Yep. So
Hmm.
that really helped me because as a small business owner, and I quickly felt left out from the real world, and you don't meet your colleagues. And there's a lot of questions, right? Accounting questions, legal questions. What happens when something goes wrong? And I didn't even know I had to have insurance and all of that stuff. So all the initial days were really funny. But the moment I got into BNI, the first few friends I made was lawyers, accountants, other business owners, business coaches. And when you talk to a lot of people who are in the same level of business that you're doing, then you get to know all of this stuff. So that gives you more confidence.
Right.
And I think,
Let's clarify
yeah.
something. We're not sponsored by BNI. Okay. This is how effective this is how effective it was for you to be able to
Yeah, 100%.
because
Yeah, 100%.
it was mainly BNI networking events.
Back in the days, yes, that was my first door into networking. I didn't even know like forums like this existed until one of my friends said, "Hey, dude, you need to go out and make new friends in this, business zone." And that was my first meeting, I remember. So and that gave me a few clients within the business, so in referrals and all of that stuff. So these were my initial days.
What are the winning tactics when someone joins something like BNI? What are your suggestions now that you've been there, you've had
Yeah.
clients, given clients? Because perhaps you can explain a little bit how it works.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Well, with regards to BNI, it's about referrals, and also understanding each other's business. So you are obligated to give referrals to other people as well. So in your network, that is one big thing. But I think in general, not just BNI, and I've been since the last 6 years I've been to many, many networking events after that. I think it is a long time game. End of the day, it is about people. I never, well, you and I have met in a networking event as well, but I hardly sell myself or hardly sell anything that I do. I'm more interested in learning what other people do and just building the genuine relationships. And sales will follow. You can't just go with a billboard on your head saying, "Hey, I do websites, I do applications." That's not how it works. The trust comes down the line, and it's about you being a subject matter expert. So that comes in natural conversations. It's not a forced conversation that you can push into someone's head and say, "Hey, I am the best application developer on earth. Why don't we do this?" That's the worst approach you can do in networking. It's always about people knowing and understanding each other, and it's about showing up as well. It's not just showing once in a year, it's just showing yourself up, on a continuous basis. You meet them once a week, you meet them once a month, and then you build a relationship. 6 months down the line, you will see that they're all partners with you, that you can work on some common goals and stuff. And it's the same thing, right? It's just not about receiving, it's also about giving.
Right.
How much value do you add in their business and their relationship
Mm.
and that
Got
kind
it.
of stuff as well? Yeah.
So you also make an effort to find a client or possible lead for them. That way, it's also a fast way to
100%,
build
right?
some trust, right?
100%, 100%. Finding them leads all comes naturally. You and I, we have met a few people in like insurance and all of that stuff as well. What are they going to do with me is a question that you can ask. But let's say we come across many entrepreneurs like this, right? And all of them have the same problem. How do we get those resources as we grow? What happens when you wanted to hire new people in a different country? What are the clauses? What are the terms? Or what if you can just refer, "Hey, I know this lawyer who's really good at giving you an advice. Why don't you catch up for a coffee?"
Mm,
That's much better than meeting someone by searching for them on Google.
right.
Yeah, it all comes naturally. It might not come immediately, but down the line, 6 months down the line conversation, a year down the line conversation might just take you somewhere. So, mm,
And what's the strategy now? So it's more BNI because you travel a lot. You're in London now. We had
yeah.
a great meal a few days ago before you leave, and I don't know where you're going next. I hope you come back if you leave, but I'm sure you have two big
Yeah. So
partners here.
yeah. Yeah, London will be a long time journey. So the reason we chose to be in this part of the world is it's a lot more happening here. And the majority of our first pillar customers were based in Europe, Italy and Germany and here and there. We had a pretty good consultant back in the days, like 3 years ago. And that gave us a lot of clients, and it made a lot of sense to be here where the customers are.
Mm,
So London's definitely a long-term goal. But at the moment, my lead generation tactics are quite widespread. Obviously, we've been around for 6 years. It's quite a lot of referrals coming through. But my major focus is organic leads because we've tried, even as a marketing experience, I've failed so many paid advertisings myself. And the amount of money that put back in the business and marketing is just ridiculous. And sometimes it's just not worth it. People trying to, get codes and, the conversions are like, what, zero point 0.5 and 10 or zero point 0.2 and 10. It's just not working for
mm,
the amount of cost that you're paying for marketing. So I focus on SEO. But again, my focus on SEO is not just, let's say, application developer in London or application developer in Auckland. That's not how it works because again, it's a huge competition, right?
right.
So you pick your niche and you focus on that niche and you be the number one in that niche. And it always leads to one other, right? For example, we're dealing with custom plugins or applications built on BigCommerce or Shopify, for example. Um, BigCommerce was a soft target for us, easy to rank number one on developers for BigCommerce or application developers for BigCommerce. Then, and that brings us leads. And the majority of the people that use BigCommerce are corporate clients. They have a large B2B base or a large wholesale base. And you see the connections there now. So now once we enter into doing even a small plugin, even a $5,000 job, but it doesn't end there. The relationship is established. Then now we can slowly connect them into, hey, what about this integration? What are you doing there? So how about we come and sit in your office for a little bit and understand your process? Can we optimize it somewhere? And those became my key clients towards the end of the day. So I would always pick a niche and target the niche and just try and be the number one in the niche when searches are happening. Sometimes the search volume is just 300 in a month. Hey, what if the 300 searches look at me in the number one place? So that's always my focus. There are 30,000 searches for something else, but it's a huge competition. But
Mm.
there are small wins that you can target, and that is more than enough to keep you going as a company. I
Mm.
don't need a full-time lead generator at the moment that is bringing hundreds of businesses. All I need is three qualified, you know,
Recurring.
or yeah, recurring revenue-based customers or new clients in a month. And even if we can close two of them, we're quite
Mm.
happy with it. We don't need 30 leads to close two. We need just 5, 6 qualified leads to close two, and we're happy in that place.
Love it. And
Mm,
when it comes to SEO, are you creating content, building backlinks? What are you
totally.
doing? And we're gonna jump into how
A lot of SEO. That's your strength. Yeah.
ChatGPT is changing the game and
Yeah. Yeah.
Google Gemini. But what are you doing for the website itself? Are you doing a lot of
Yeah.
what is your
I'll
main?
I'll, I'll tell you a secret. So you are right with SEO. So if AI can generate the content, what is the value of you creating blogs, right? You can write any blogs that is indifferent from what ChatGPT can create.
Mm,
Because at the moment, who wants to read blogs? Because if ChatGPT can answer everything, why are people searching for the blogs? ChatGPT is the most up-to-date information. AI gives you the most, you know, content analysis and gives everything in one screen. Who wants to read blogs, right? Let's say no human is reading blogs, but Google is still reading blogs and AI is still feeding from these blogs to write content.
right.
So how do you make a difference? So here's my secret. I always focus on my user experience
Mm,
or my client's user experience. So experience is subjective. AI doesn't have the user experience. So let's say, what's the simplest example that I can give you? I'm thinking, let's just come down to the basic. Let's say it's a tradie, if it's a construction related tradie, or if it's even if it's just an electrician, right?
okay.
How different are an electrician from the rest of the world when you want to write a blog?
Mm,
You can only be different if you can tell your experience in it.
right. To
When
provide
you
something
see,
unique that doesn't exist on the.
exactly. So all the blogs that we write for our clients and also for ourselves is all based purely on experience. So my blogs at the moment is okay. So this is what big for this coming back to the same. So this is what Big Commerce has come up with,
Mm,
and these are all the things that people are saying in the AI world. But how did we adopt it?
mm,
How did we use it? What is our use case? And it's just not about the use case. We put a lot of information in it saying, these are the different screens we went through, and these are the problems that we faced, and this is how we tackled it. And this was the solution at the end of it.
right.
You see how the blogs are changing now.
Yeah.
So we don't write blogs anymore like, oh, these are 7 ways to become rich. You know, that's
Other
that's the
people,
most AI generated, computer
yeah,
generated. Yeah,
other people do it for us.
100%.
Right. So
So yeah, the
are
more
you
personal experience that you
right?
put in blogs, the more successful it is. Yeah.
Right. Right. I love this, and
Mm,
I'm very intrigued to ask you the next questions
yeah.
and hear your answer. So, right, do you bring AI at any point? Because Google said that we can use AI as long as the content is valuable, unique, like you mentioned.
100%. 100%.
So do you use AI to write the full content when you've added all your input, or how do you do it?
Yeah. I think you would probably resonate with this as well. See, AI, I still see it as a place for research and place to consolidate the content in a nicer and a structured way.
Right.
That's how I like to look at it. But I'd never go to AI and ask, write me a blog on this topic.
Hmm.
That's the most stupidest thing that
Which
you can
many
do for
people
AI on
do, by
SEO.
the way. Many
Exactly.
people do. Okay, and then
Exactly.
we
You
have.
get ideas, you get research, everything done, but you never ask it to write an entire blog, which is the most stupidest thing. So what I do is I try and make things as easy as possible for me. I'll just put the mic on,
Mm-hmm.
start speaking whatever is in my mind,
Love it. Which mic?
right?
The Telegram mic or what mic?
Or ChatGPT, you can speak to GPT,
ChatGPT,
right?
right?
So yeah, I do that. Or in my Windows, there's a Control H button that you can press and it brings up a mic. So I don't even type emails anymore. I just speak it faster. So it's the same way I interact with ChatGPT as well. So this is how it probably go. Okay, I'm like, this is the issue that we faced in while we are creating this application, and these are the policies on the Apple API recently. I want to write a full blog based on this, and so these are my points. So I give it a structure. I tell them what to write, and the first thing that I ask it to do is, okay, these are my experience, but I want you to find if there are any similar experiences that other people have faced.
Right.
So you go in stages, and then you find whether your information is correct. You fact check whether your information is correct, and then you give it a structure and say, always I need a 3,000 character, script that talks about all of my experiences, and it has to be firsthand coming from me. Um, and you give it a structure, you give it a tone,
Mm,
and then you look at the blog and you put it in an AI detector if you like. No AI detector will say this is an AI generated blog. So because all it is doing is consolidating my content and optimizing my tone.
mm.
It is not writing on its own. And that will never spoil SEO, in my opinion. But you're an SEO champion again. What do you think about that?
Oh, let me ask you something first. What do you think about AI detectors?
AI detectors, there's lots in the market. Most of the time, well, when you look at the reviews, they people you will laugh literally because not every detector gives you the same score.
Right.
So what is the real score?
Yeah. It's based on their metrics and how they
Yeah,
measure. But do you worry about your content being AI generated?
no,
Right.
no, no, because like I said, when you give it a structure, when you give it a tone,
Yeah.
and when you're putting your personal experiences in, all AI is doing is just helping me with the research and consolidating them into a nice little blog. That's
Right.
it. But I'm like I said, we don't go there and asking for write me a blog or give me some blog
Mm,
topics.
right.
Because if you ask them for blog topics, it's just gonna pick up the top 25 blogs and say, "Hey, these are the nice topics around. What do you want to do?" But that's gonna be no different from any other blogs in the market. So I'm least bothered about that, to be honest, because when you start seeing the results, and when you see some of the results that some of the blogs have given us, it is working, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of AI is picking from our blogs.
Yeah.
So there's a reason for it. So I don't think I will be too bothered about the deduction scores and stuff.
Yeah.
But if you want to do it, there's a few tools there. But again, you can put them in multiple tools, and multiple tools are going to give you different scores. There's no one right or wrong.
Absolutely. Yeah, I was playing with some of them because, well, I launched one of the product ranking superior, and I've been getting some feedback. Only a couple of people worried about AI detection, but I mean, it was something that I did take in. I really reflected on it, right? I was
Mm,
like, okay, we are starting to see AI over the internet. People are adopting it really quickly. Obviously, some people worry about detection because it's something new, right?
mm, mm,
But at the same time, if we look at this in a different way and we say, okay, how are we going to write content in 5, 10 years? That is when, the idea of me having to build something that's not AI detected actually shifted a little bit. We are very reliant on AI.
yeah,
Now, how reliant are we going to be in 5 years?
yeah,
People are going to rely on ChatGPT and all these tools way more because it's convenient and we love convenience.
yeah.
But I completely agree with everything you said, and there is something that sticks to me every time I think of this. It's what Google said. I mean, I think the content needs to be useful, unique, valuable. You have to share your own experience, but at the same time, it makes me wonder how does the LLM or how do these tools know that your content, what you are sharing, is worth sharing with their audience? Like, who are you? Like,
Mm,
what's your authority? And I
yeah,
think this is key because
yeah,
I feel like in the future there's gonna be a repository of data
correct.
feeding the LLM. but you need to build trust, right? You need to make sure that the LLM
100%.
sees you as something that it's actually really relevant. Backlinks, I don't know whether that's something that we can really with like rely on, really. I
Yeah,
think it's gonna be more about signals, what you are posting on social media, how many likes you're getting, how many shares are getting your posts, how are you linking that back to your website. Now, all this network of all this interlink between different tools that represent you in
yeah,
the digital world. I think that is the future when it comes to ranking on SEO in the future or inside models like ChatGPT. But exactly what you said, it's about using, the tools that we have without losing the most important thing, which is the human, genuine, the creativity part, the
yeah,
feedback part, the experience, the subject matter part, because we
yeah,
learn every day, right? We evolve and we
100%. Yeah,
get better, and new things come up, and then we reason about it and something new. So if we only rewrite what's on the internet, we never evolve.
yeah, for sure.
So I think Google it's right on what they're saying, and what you said is exactly what I
Mm,
share as well. Amazing. So
yeah,
how are you doing it when it comes to the landing page? Because for content is clear. I think we both agree. Sharing everything you know with the AI to help you write content.
yeah,
At the same time, can be a bit complicated for people who don't know anything about SEO because they don't really know how to structure the content. But that's a
yeah.
different topic.
Mm.
When it comes to landing pages, what do you focus on? Landing pages meaning transactional keywords. People looking not for information, but actually a page where they can hire or buy something. Are
Yeah.
there any tips that you have there?
See, it again comes down to customization, right? What are people looking for? Are they looking for that particular information when they land on it? It could be informational, it could be transactional, it could be I just wanted to buy this, or it could just be I want to talk to someone.
Mm,
So the first question is, what do you want for your customers to do, and what do customers really want as well?
right,
It's just figuring out the difference. The majority of the times people think, oh, I wanted to sell this product, but your customers might not be looking for that. Your customers might be looking for, I want some information about this product,
right,
or I want a solution for the problem that I'm facing. So they might just come there for information, but you wanted to have a landing page that is full of sales, so that's not going to work.
right,
So it's about picking up the audience signals and also doing a lot of market research and finding out what these audience are looking for, and then creating a landing page based on that.
right. So
Yeah,
speaking directly to their pain points.
exactly. And it could be as simple as call to actions for talking to someone, or
Mm,
it could be support, without having to directly go into selling a product.
mm,
Or it could be a lead generation tool where you book an appointment.
mm, mhm.
Or if it's a practically easy tool to sell, then you just go into selling.
Right,
But you've got to understand the difference. And I see landing pages as what? As information that people are looking for rather than what you wanted to promote as a business owner.
right.
So I think that difference is really something that you need to classify right from the beginning.
So when you say information they're looking for, is it information about generic information about still their product service they're trying to find,
Could be,
or about
could be,
it could be, right? So you have a
it
mix
could be.
of
Yeah.
that and the pain points just to make sure
Exactly.
they get the.
Exactly. See, we can talk about a lot of real-time examples. Um, B2B products. Majority of the time, B2B products is not a sale similar to a B2C, right? So you want to watch, you will probably be hunting 5 different watches, looking at the features, and then you go, okay, I'll buy. So the
Hmm,
landing page for that is different. But for it's a B2B product, let's say, it could be anything. Not even a full B2B product. What about even smaller businesses like childcare, lawyers, those sort of stuff. People want more information, right? You wanted to see what features the childcare has, or you wanted to see what area of experience this law firm has, or even if it's an application landing page, you need to know what are the insight features into it. And are you going to upsell anything after you've purchased a little plan? Where does the free account land you? So these are the questions as a user that's running in my mind. But
hmm,
as a product owner or a seller, You'll be like, I want to fill the space in my childcare. I want to sell more insurance. I want to sell more products. That is you as a business owner. But as a consumer, my idea is different. I'm coming there for more information and I'm coming there for more questions. So what does my CTA have to be?
Hmm.
Is it selling the product right away or answering my questions before you sell the product?
I think going back to the networking events, I think you mentioned it before, people just sell, sell, sell,
Yeah,
rather than just figuring out what the person he or she is speaking to is struggling with. So that
100%.
she can accommodate the conversation. I'm not saying to do that in the first time you guys meet, but that's what I realized, right? I mean, people just come to you and sell, even in the first meeting. I mean, it's not even something that you expect when you run into someone and you want to meet.
Yeah, totally. Totally right.
But
But another thing to that is the impression that a landing page makes.
mm,
Right. So yes, you decide what your call to actions are. Yes, what is a lead for you as a business? What is a lead? How useful is it that for the end customer? That's all, thinking process. But
mm,
once you have the thinking process, it's about attracting them to stay.
right.
Because you've got a big SEO background as well, so the bounce rates and all of that stuff. You don't want them to go into a landing page and go, oops, scroll to the bottom,
Right.
just the usual service listed, just the usual prices listed.
So
There's
you
nothing for them to capture anything. I mean, the landing pages that we currently focus on are as attractive as possible. You land there, you wanted to see what it is. Oh, this animation is nice. This interaction is nice. The little micro interactions on the
let me click
buttons
in,
and
in the buy button, see what happens.
correct. Yeah. So the curiosity, right? So you got to be creative with it. Some little hover animations, the button animations, something for people to look at, and something
Right.
that's nice. Like, oh wow, this is creative. That's nice.
Right.
You know,
So
impression makes the first.
So just to understand,
Yeah.
and I really like, I never thought about this before until
Mm.
you mentioned it now. So it's not, you don't really have a straight to the point landing page. Hey, this is your problem, this is my solution. It's more about telling a story and making
Yeah.
sure that they go to the pages that you want them to go to,
Yeah.
engaging with them in a way with visual effects and designs that makes them
Perfect.
stay and build the trust before they go to the right page, right? That's what I'm
100%.
Right,
100%.
I think interesting.
100%.
Before, I mean,
Yeah.
up until this conversation, all I heard was, tell them their problem, they give them the solution, CTA. But now that I hear you, it's true that everyone is doing the same thing, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
Everybody. So you want to stay
Exactly.
out
Yeah.
um, of the
Yeah.
the commonality. In
Yeah, no, totally, totally. And also, I think you will not have a landing page that will stay there forever.
right,
It is evolving because the audience signals are changing. Tools like Answer the Public, which you've seen, you will know exactly what people are looking for, what have they asked for. And then once you have the Search Console data and everything, then you'll know what people search for you when they got there.
right,
Then you keep tweaking your content based on that. And, we've changed our product's landing page like hundreds of times. So what you see now might not be the same after 3 months later.
absolutely. That's
So
good. I
that's
mean,
that's really important as well. Yeah,
you adapt to the changing times, which pretty much happens every day. So every
100%.
month you have a new launch of a new launch.
That's
Let me
right.
ask you this question because I think many people might be wondering, and I do wonder as well. Do you know what's thing that makes you rank on ChatGPT? Do you have any thoughts about what we
Any
can
tips?
do to rank on to show up on ChatGPT?
Well, we're not an expert in that yet, but I can say since ChatGPT has become more popular search place, we've been getting more leads than ever, right?
Oh, okay.
Organic rankings.
You're showing up on ChatGPT,
Yeah, yeah, on ChatGPT more than Google.
right?
For Google never helped us with ranking as much as ChatGPT did. But it all comes down to honesty and user experiences and the data and everything.
Wow. Okay.
Um, not a full answer to what you're asking, but it all comes down to a good on-page SEO,
Mm,
right? More importance to the quality score, more importance to real data, more importance to real content, um, and then a mix of your services, what you do and how people felt about you. I think all of that is being picked up on ChatGPT, just like what Google is doing. It's just different crawlers. They're also using crawlers from real-time data, and they're getting fed from information on data that is floating around in the internet. And if now anyone goes and searches for, I need a app developer or I need a software engineer based in this space, what is this AI tools looking for? It's again looking for genuine information, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So,
So it takes time to build that genuinity uh, through your content, but that's something that you've got to do. Um,
so that proves
Pays
that
you off.
people are actually looking for transactional results on places like ChatGPT already.
Yeah, yeah, totally. And what I've also seen is, well, the traditional SEO agencies that did content just for the purpose of SEO,
Right.
none of them get ranked in GPT at all. I've seen it over and over again in some of my clients. They are superheroes on Google. They
Uh-huh.
never get found on ChatGPT. The
Wow.
reason, for example, again, coming to my line of business, when you wanted to be an application developer in London, the majority of your on-page SEO focus is the best application developer in London. And you keep repeating it a few times in bold letters, H1 tags, this and that. What has it got to do with the end customer? It's blowing your own trumpet. It's just useless.
Yeah.
And these are the things that I believe. I mean, this is my personal experience, right? I'm not a pro on this. These are the things that I believe is not being picked up in a nicer way on these AI tools because it knows what the content is and it can take an estimate of how stupid the content is as well.
Mm.
Because
Yeah.
it's not Google looking for keywords. It is actually looking for content in a more structured and an understand. It can understand as well, right?
Yeah.
So it can understand and can say, okay, this is stupid content, this is useful content, this is genuine content.
Mm.
So I think there's a very clear differentiation here. And even within Google, everything is changing, right?
Mm.
Because the future of Google's SEO is just going to be based on Gemini's understanding more than the crawler's understanding and looking for keywords and all of that stuff. And you've been long enough in this game. You remember those days when we put, we tell Google what the image is about.
Yeah. The alt. The alt.
Oh, the alt image tag.
Yeah.
Can you imagine where we are now?
Um,
And if you see some of the SEO agencies still focusing on put an alt image, are you kidding me?
Google is just reading the image for you.
Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah, things are changing a
Yeah,
lot, and I feel like, I mean, just like the image example, things will be simplified, other things will have to be there.
100%. Yeah.
I have a question. Okay, so AB, let me ask you this. Are you, um, apart from focusing a lot on creating content for your website in a way that Google understands, ChatGPT understands,
Yeah.
do you have any other tactics when it comes to giving your website a bit more of um, trust, a bit more of authority? Do you have any reviews from your clients, or do you promote your site anywhere that allows ChatGPT or any other tool access it and see that you actually are a genuine, trustworthy agency?
That's a really interesting question. This is something that we constantly ask ourselves as well. Um, but it's about finding the time to do it. Just like any other agencies, you're always focused on your clients, and the last thing that you get time to do is just building something for yourself. But it's
Mm,
equally important. I do understand. I realize that. See, what I've realized quite recently is people love a very different experience when they get there. So
mm,
especially for an agency like us, right? There's the world is not any short of application developers or software engineers or AI engineers or SEO optimizers. How do you stand out? It's a really good question, right? How do you stand out? I believe it is about creating an experience that makes them stay and makes them want to look at the website and go, wow, this is just amazing. My ideal website is, we've got a lot of examples, but we wanted to have a very different experience when people land on it. And that website will not be focused on content much. It'll be focused on answering what customers are looking for.
Hmm.
but not in a ChatGPT sense or not in an automated ChatGPT response, but it'll be based on our experience. So it'll be
Nice.
a completely custom trained answering solutions based on our experience and what we really promise.
Nice.
We don't want any real-time world information in it, but it'll be completely based on our experience and how we can genuinely help them.
Nice.
So we're looking for dynamic content, but how do we get there is a big question. There's a lot of recent tools that we wanted to utilize more of, but there's a serious skill shortage as well.
Mm.
Like GSAP experts and you know some some of the ones that I've seen recently, like beautiful animations that people want to go back to the site once in a while, even if they're not making any action, they just want to go and look into the site.
Right.
That user experience, I think, is quite important in the future. We're not there yet, but we're trying to implement them as much as
Nice.
possible.
So,
Yeah,
so the strategy revolves around making sure the user stays on the website more than
correct.
building authority externally, just because you like
Yeah,
time and
yeah, yeah, right. And external authority is very hard to build up. I wouldn't say it's a dead zone. More authoritative links, the better. But the traditional SEO methods are going to die. You know, the more links, the better is the most stupidest principle that you can still continue to do. But imagine getting a link from BBC or, you know, some really high-ranking websites. Obviously, it's gonna give you a lot of benefit, and that will stay.
mm,
But building backlinks for the sake of building backlinks will disappear
mm.
eventually. You know, the paid media that promises 500 backlinks for £500 is just gonna completely die.
And the offers
Uh,
1 million for 50 off.
100%,
Yeah,
100%.
I
Yeah.
agree. I mean, it's
It
still
is a huge challenge for anyone starting right away,
yeah,
because it takes time, takes effort, takes some serious effort. But I think it has to be on a founder's calendar
yeah,
to focus on it.
yeah.
Mm,
Funny that you say this, and I agree with you that in the future, I would really question the survival of external links, backlinks, because when I was doing my growth consultancy, I managed to rank on Google #1
mm,
without backlinks. I did a case study on that. I don't know if it's still on my website, mainly purely through content and good reviews.
yeah.
Because Google does crawl reviews. Just remember
Mm,
that
yes.
Google My Profile is a
Yes.
product.
Quite important. Yeah. Mm,
And the same thing happens with my e-commerce. I don't focus on backlink. It takes a long time. Yes,
and a
you
lot
can
of
buy
money.
it. A lot of money. Yes, you can buy, but then if you get 10 backlinks this month, what about next month? There must be
Mm,
some continuity. So
yeah.
uh, the pages that I mean the websites that we build, I feel like sometimes it's just like a shortcut, right? Where you just
Yeah.
go hard on backlinks so that I can get that boost. But I think it's more important to find that continuity in your strategy.
Yeah.
What can we reasonably commit to that allows us to invest into our SEO over time? Just like what you said about networking events,
Yeah.
about it's a long-term game here, right? It's about
Yes.
meeting people and meeting people. Those people might know more people, and you continue. It's part of your strategy to grow. Same for SEO. That's what I will tell my clients. Treat it like you treat accounting in your company.
Mm,
It's part of
mm,
it. It's
yeah.
annoying. It's really
But you
annoying.
have to do it.
You
Yeah.
have to do it.
Yeah.
SEO is the same thing. If you find it as a transactional um,
Shortcuts. It's not
element,
gonna
or
work. Yeah.
exactly, I mean, it's gonna become more annoying. Just try to
Mm,
find someone who enjoys it. Maybe, give it the time that
mm,
you can give it. Maybe you cannot do one article per day, do one article per week or two articles per month. Just try it and to be honest, that's how it worked for me. I never had to build backlinks, and obviously my people might disagree here and say, hey, no, backlinks are really important. I don't believe you. Give it a try. Create high quality content and get reviews every week.
agree.
Promise you will get the ranks that you need to get over time. Over time.
100% agree.
Yeah.
Agree. Yeah.
Amazing. Okay, so let's move away from SEO. I think we had a really nice chat here. Maybe what else do we have in your strategy? I mean, I think it's a lot. You do networking events, you do SEO. Are
Yeah.
you running any? I think you are doing email marketing, right? You told me something like that you were doing some email marketing for the company.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is for our products. So for
Right.
our SaaS products, we do some email marketing as well. And that's one of the most underrated B2B marketing strategies ever.
Mm.
Um, because people might, in the moment you talk about B2B, people go, oh, let's just do a little bit of display advertising. Let's just do LinkedIn marketing. Well, LinkedIn marketing is just a rip-off, right? It's a lot of money.
Really expensive.
If you wanted to send a message on somebody's inbox, it costs you a few pounds.
Yeah, I agree.
It's just an imaginable cost. But email outreach is something that I got introduced to a couple of years ago. But then was super expensive when I first looked up for it.
Right.
Only companies in the US were doing it, and some strategy builders were willing to charge up to $10,000 just to do a consultation. I was like, what? That's a lot of money for a
I
consultation.
agree. I had to ditch it for the same reason.
Yeah. So, and then, okay, well, it's not going to be a rocket science. How about we learn it ourselves? And that, because I had a little bit of marketing background, we said, okay, let's just do it ourselves for our product. We failed. But eventually we got there.
Nice.
It
Okay.
is about strategizing the right way. So there's a lot of ways that you trick the system,
Right.
and the goal is to land up in somebody's inbox. That's it, right? With genuine connection
So
intent,
it's not about opening the email. First, you want to land in the inbox.
land in the inbox, not in the spam bots, not in the promotion bots, not in the, secondary bots, but in the inbox. You've got to land in the inbox, for which there's a lot of tactics and a lot of genuinity as well.
Mm.
So we're doing it for other clients as well. And what I've realized is you don't sell anything straight away. You
Mm.
make a genuine touch base for help related to the industry. You build a relationship, you take an appointment, or you give them something for them to try. But it has to be relevant for them. It has to
Right.
be it has to be a product with a niche. It can work really well for B2B. Um, and the only differentiator is, like I said, the trick is to land in the inbox and not anywhere else. So there's a whole lot of strategy behind it. So
Okay.
there's
What are
email
the
warming up.
what are
Sorry,
the components when it comes to having a proper strategy? Are we talking about a proper sourcing of leads, a proper
100%. Yeah.
system to deliver? What's your
Okay.
how much can you share here? Because
You're asking me a lot of secrets, but I'm happy to tell you.
I know you are offering this as a service sometimes,
It's okay. I don't mind
but just
telling
say as
you
much
the
as
exact formula. Yeah.
you feel comfortable.
No. Totally, right? So the first thing that we do is we buy domain names that are as close to your original domains as possible,
Right,
right? Then we buy emails from different providers. Let's say you buy 6 domain names. Each domain names will be hosted by different email providers.
right.
Could be Zoho, it could be Outlook, could be Gmail, could be MSN, it could be something else, right?
Do you have any platform you go to buy these domains, or you just
There are platforms that does this quite recently, which I've seen it, but all of the campaigns that we're currently running doesn't have one place that we buy. You have to. It is a pain in the ass to start off with, but again, it is highly rewarding if you do it in the right way. So you buy different emails from different providers, and it is about building the genuinity as well. It has to come from a person. If it's Eduardo, it has to say Eduardo in your first and last name. You give your LinkedIn profile, you put your actual image. So when people receive an email, it's not coming from a support email from PulsePay. It rather comes from me as a founder.
got it.
So the building the genuinity is quite important. And then the first phase that we get the emails into it is a warming phase. So the warming phase is basically tricking all of this system that Google built Gmail with, or Outlook built uh, system, saying these emails are genuine emails. So what happens is you put it in a pool, there's software to do it. So this pool, when you are in this pool, there are automatic emails coming to you, and there are automatic emails going out from you, and there are automatic replies. So this is basically tricking the system to say, okay, these are genuine emails. There's 100 emails going out, 40
So,
emails are getting replies.
so it's like an automation that's replying to each
It
other.
is an automation, right? But
Oh,
it's basically tricking the system. So you keep the healthy quality score up every single time. And once this email warm-up stage is done for the 3 months, then it's about getting the right leads from the right places. So one big thing we're focused on is we never go, anywhere outside the public information data. It is
Okay.
not legal to do it. So you always stick to your ways and scrape data from places that are publicly available information.
Okay.
You can scrape websites, you can scrape LinkedIn's, you can scrape anywhere in www or company's office and those sort of places. And then the next thing is for scraping, there are multiple tools, and we also have AI agents these days. So sometimes we extract the data from company's directory and find the emails of those company from the outside using AI agents and stuff. So there's many ways of doing it. So the third stage to this is making sure that the emails that you found
Mm-hmm.
are actually correct and are actually working.
Right.
So that's the third stage. So again, there are softwares to do it. So the fourth stage is the actual email.
Right. So wait one second. So the third one is for you to know that's working, like in what sense? Like it gets
What if you send an email and it bounces? What if you send an email to someone that left the job like a year ago? So the email
ah,
bounces.
okay, I see. Okay, so you mean the emails that you sourced, the ones that you scraped.
Yeah.
Got
Is
it.
it a genuine email? Or is it a working email? Or has it been an expired email? How do you know?
Right, gotcha.
The more emails that you send to and it bounces back, Outlook or Gmail will put you on spam.
Right, so it's important the quality of data that you are
Correct.
scraping, right?
Yeah, yeah,
The
100%. So
amazing.
you qualify them by using some tools without sending an email, there are some tools that will help you find out
I
whether the
see.
email is a valid one
Before you send it, so it doesn't affect
before
the
you send it.
deliverability.
Correct.
Right. Okay. So just to recap up the three for now, there is more. One sec. So it's first of all, we need to buy the domain that's really close to our business website.
Correct.
Second, we need to warm up with your intelligent system. Third, we need to make sure those domains that we scraped or those emails do not bounce by using this system.
Exactly. Yeah.
What's the fourth point?
The actual email.
The actual email. So
The
like,
actual email is going out, but with genuine content. So
right.
we go with three sequences. So the first sequence would just be in a for example, my inspector product. It just talks to property inspectors and property, evaluators and those kind of people, right? So it follows the language, not too many personalization. We always go by first name. Hi, Ed. I'm a founder of this company. We know, people in this industry face a lot of challenges when it comes to driving a report. And do you have a few minutes to see this content, or would you be willing for a chat? Here's my link. So I've established who I am, so which is the trust factor.
Okay.
So I am telling the pain points, and I'm talking about how to contact me with a genuine interest.
Okay. Got
So I usually put in our LinkedIn or put in my image so they know who they're actually talking to, and if it's a real person, and if it's a real company, where they're based, what's in it for me. All the basic sales things got to be answered, and I'm not selling anything right away again.
got
So
it.
it's like saying a stranger hi, but it's a known stranger. It's not a complete stranger. It is someone that you know what they do, but you haven't spoken to them. So keep it at that intent. So it's just about introducing yourself, what you do, and the pain points, and trying to get a reply is your goal.
I
So,
see.
and there's three sequences to this email. So 14 days later, there will be another email saying, "Hey Ed, have you had a chance to look into this?"
Got it.
2 months down the line, there will be another email saying, "Ed, I'm just contacting you one last time just to see if you've had a chance to look at this product, if you've got any questions. Otherwise, I'll just leave you with some information here for you to look at in the future. Thank you." So,
Right. So
so
the
no
goal
hard selling.
is to hit the inbox, but then also get a reply.
Exactly.
Get a reply.
Get a reply.
What would,
And
sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
yeah, so, and this is on a continuous basis. You continue doing all the three things that you did
Hmm.
month after month until
Right.
you finish all your leads. Let's say if there's about 5,000 people that are in Europe are my targets. So until this 5,000 emails have had three emails each, I've got to maintain my quality score up all the time. So there are some tools that'll tell you what your inbox deliverability rate is. So the moment it goes below 90%, I stop that email and put it back to warm up stage until that goes to deliverability to higher 100%.
Okay.
So it is a continuous work in place to make sure that the emails land in the inbox. And this is a magical, trust me, a magical way to get your B2B out there. And it works really well for B2B products, products with a niche, and SaaS businesses.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Impressive. I mean,
Mm.
I'm looking for the questions now because I have so many all at once. So it's an ongoing process, non-stop.
Mm.
What happens when you run out of leads? Do you stop? Do you wait for new leads to come? Can you actually run out of leads?
You can actually run out of leads depending on your product.
Your prompt
Well, yeah, product, depending on your product.
product, sorry.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I was recently talking to someone who can't expand their services beyond the UK. So you're limited to the number.
Right, right.
Uh, if they wanted to target, if the target audience are only 3,000 people, you can't send them more than 3,000 emails. But for majority of the SaaS businesses, the world is their marketplace, right?
Yeah.
Then you will never run out of leads soon enough. You
Mm,
can run this campaign for a year.
right. It just
And
it sounds more sorry. It sounds more like
mm,
the capability of these tools to scrape all the leads are
correct,
it's a bit limited, right?
correct.
So you depend on very creative ways of having to scrape those leads or find those.
100%,
Right.
100% creative ways and getting the most up-to-date information. There are so many tools that says they do what they need to do, but again, it's like a wrapper on AI.
Mm,
It's they all scrape from LinkedIn data, but LinkedIn people might be the most annoyed people ever. So what are the other creative ways to it stack emails? That's always the question. Tools like Apollo, instantly, there's so many tools that claim like big promises, but once you start using them, you'll realize that's not true. So,
do you
so
have
it's about playing around and finding the right fit. Yeah,
do you have any recommendations for any tools that you
I
like?
love Instantly for sending the emails, and I love Instantly for um, the third phase where you find out whether the email is actually genuine.
Right.
Yeah, so I like Instantly for the last two bits.
And the warm up you do it internally.
In very different softwares. Again, we don't build those tools. Again, different softwares. We
Mm,
try and play around with it, find the best fit for certain niches.
right,
Again, leads. There are some tools that we pay a minimal amount and get some LinkedIn scraping, but the majority of the ones that we're currently using are AI agents, the
right.
most accurate data. Again, we try and extract information from Google My Business pages, company's office, and everywhere that people will have genuine email addresses. Because
Got it.
if you scrape it from the websites, you might not go wrong.
Mm,
Because quite often those emails are the ones that people get leads from. So they make sure that the email on the website is a more secured one.
hmm.
So scraping the information from website will never go wrong. Yeah.
I see. Okay.
Mm, mm.
Interesting. So the primary source of quality leads we could claim is going to those websites before you go to the directories,
Correct.
aggregators where things might not get updated.
Correct. And it's about how much we can automate, right? We don't want to go into every single website and look
Right.
into what the information is. AI agents will do that. Yeah.
I'm not gonna push you more because I don't want to disclose all your strategy. But believe me, my head is like asking me to do it. Anyway,
You're okay, man.
um,
You did
I
well. Yeah.
appreciate that, Avi. I think it's really
Mm,
useful for everyone listening
mm,
that you've got you've got a lot of knowledge. I think you know what you're doing, man. I
mm.
mean, I think it's obvious that we have a an expert in the domain here. Let me ask you, so we have the networking events, we have the SEO, we have the email marketing. How does the agency, how do you guys attract more leads? Do you have any other tactics in place? I mean,
Communities.
that's a lot.
Yeah.
Communities.
Communities. So you you genuinely again spend some time in being active in certain communities.
Reddit?
In your area of expertise.
Right.
Yeah, could be if you're a React developer, there are some communities that people go to on finances.
Mm,
Prove you're a subject matter expert in a React platform.
nice.
Prove you're a subject matter expert in an email marketing platform.
Right.
Um, because quite often people, even when you're working for somebody, a corporate environment, or even if you're starting something as a small business owner yourself, people want to try and understand how it works, or they might just start something on their own. They can get stuck and they're asking for community for help.
Yeah.
But if you're a constant follower, if you're a subject matter expert, people try and come to you.
Right.
Hey, I looked at your comments on, e-commerce, and is that something that you can help? It's again building genuine intention and genuine content and community platforms. It is easier to say, but it is hard to do as an agency
Yeah.
because there's so many different communities. Discord. Who even heard about Discord a couple of years ago? Everyone's moved to Discord. But how do you build connections in Discord now? How can you be more active in Discord? Those sort of questions always ring in my mind. It's just we're not finding enough time to do it. But I think building those community is also a source of good leads. And there are some places where you can, buy leads as well. But again, you fail in number of places. You've got to have some trusted company that actually gives you results for a reasonable money. There's not a single platform that we've not tried, like Bart, what a ripoff.
Yeah.
you know, there are places like that that claim to give leads, but you got to play around and find your fit. And I think the biggest takeaway from me should be about the community. You've got to be more active in the community to get leads.
Maybe with all things that you do, man, I don't doubt your automations are running at full speed, possible to be everywhere.
Yeah, I know. We wanted to do more, and that's becoming constant challenging as well. How much do you want it to grow? How much do you want it to keep in?
Because you currently employ 22 people, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
close
crazy.
to.
And
Mm.
running the company is also a business in itself.
Yeah, it comes with its own challenges in being relevant in the market, and just the biggest challenges that I'm currently facing is just bringing the team up to speed with what's happening in the world, because they're so stuck to their ways of doing it.
Mm,
Because they're subject matter experts in their own way, but things are changing faster. So we are actually, as non-technical people like myself, we are trying to compete with them and show them this is possible.
with AI.
And that is, yeah, and that is giving them an opportunity to learn. So how do you train a team of 22 people that are in the same boat as yourself, and are they really in par with where the market is moving is a huge challenge. Yeah,
They
huge
need to be
challenge.
on par with the evolution of AI, and also they have to realize that it's coming after all of us.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
we need to stay up to date. And it's funny that we hear all the time that yeah, AI is gonna replace us or AI is not gonna replace us. Well, I think we have to look at the facts.
yeah, 100%. Yeah,
They speak by themselves. We need to adapt and we need just to evolve with it. We cannot fight it. Maybe before we finish, and thank you a lot for your visit. You've got quite a bit of experience and you've been managing a big team, it's grown quickly. What would be your number one advice for anyone starting to run a business or about to start a business?
well, I'm going to be no different from a lot of experts in the market. I know there's a lot of people that have grown their business in a much bigger way than I have. But just in my personal experience, I would say you gotta have some niche in what you do, and some personal interest in whatever you do as well. Because I wouldn't choose a profession that I just for the sake of money. I would choose a profession that I am most passionate about. Once you are in a profession that you have the most passion about, then you will continuously make sure that you learn the stuff. You learn how to be better at it, and that I think is the starting point for anything. Like, be genuinely interested in what you do. Try and be on top of your game. Try and give the best experiences to your customers, and have this constant thinking, how can you better, yourself in the experiences that you're giving to your customers, your clients, and the other people as well. How can you be different? And um, yeah, that's something that I constantly think about in my head, and that I think is the secret for growth. Well, I'm not a massive company or anything to give a huge piece of advice for anyone starting up, but that's my little motivation. I think I'm doing something that I'm really passionate about, and that drives me to do wake up every day and start working every day and try and be better than what we did yesterday. Yeah.
I mean, having 22 people is no joke. So I need to say that I disagree on the fact that you are not something, you've not built something really amazing, and I have
Mm,
to congratulate you on that. And I love your advice. I think it's on point.
mm.
Working on something you're really passionate about, and also not only for people who start a business, I would say also for people who work for a company.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
I think,
Anyone who wants to even come out of a corporate life and want to start as a freelancer, just
yeah.
move where your passion is. Just be a subject matter expert. That's more important than anything else.
And also for students, people who get out of university and they just look for the shiny object.
Yeah.
Stress, happiness is gonna come you. It's gonna come to you at some point, and
Yeah.
important to just seek the things that you enjoy with
Yeah, totally. Totally.
the
Yeah.
one. AB, thank you so much for today. It's been a long. This is one of the longest we've done. I think it was very interesting, and I had to ask you all these questions. I hope.
Thank you, Ed. I think I went too much in a few places, so you could have stopped me.
I loved it, loved it, and I hope you don't reject my next invitation.
No, come on. That
Well,
should follow up with the dinner again.
yes, we need. I love that one as well. Thank you so much
Nice.
for coming. It's been a
Thank
pleasure.
you, Ed. Always enjoy talking to you.
I hope you had
And we'll meet in the vacation. Thank you.
perfect. Thank you very much. Bye bye.